The verse that refused to leave his mind. One verse followed him everywhere. A young man attended a lecture at the mosque one morning, and a single Quranic ayah struck his heart. Days later, he realizes he's humming it in the shower, thinking about it on his commute, and even whispering it while doing chores. The repeated refrain becomes a steady guide. At first, it distracted him, but soon it brought a strange comfort and focus. Gradually, he notices his heart softening to the message. The living reminder. Islamic teaching says the Quran is meant to be an ongoing guide, not just empty words. In Surah Ad-Dariyat 51:55, Allah commands believers, "Continue to remind, for certainly reminders benefit the believers." In other words, faithful hearts grow stronger whenever they remember God's words. He experiences this firsthand. The verse he heard keeps reminding him at every turn, shaping his thoughts and decisions day and night. He wakes the next morning at dawn, open Quran in hand, quietly repeating that ayah as sunlight filters through his window. Each word echoes in his mind like a gentle mantra. Psychologists note that repeated meaningful repetition can anchor the mind, and indeed, researchers find real benefits from reciting the Quran. One systematic review reports that listening to or reciting the Quran often lowers anxiety and stress and improves overall well-being. Through this living verse-turned affirmation, he feels his worries soften and his focus sharpen as each day passes. Benefits of remembrance. Studies of brain and behavior back up what he feels. Engaging with the Quran brings measurable gains, reduced stress and better mood. People who regularly listen to or memorize Quranic verses show lower anxiety, improved sleep, and higher life satisfaction. Sharper memory and focus. Neuroscientists note that each repetition literally reinforces neural pathways. Over time, the repeated verse becomes more deeply ingrained, improving his memory and attention. With every day lived under that verse, he sees the world in a new light. What began as a stray phrase becomes his compass. He thanks Allah for planting that reminder in his heart, understanding finally that some verses don't leave because they're meant to guide you.